Welcome to this explainer. Look, today we're not just going to give you another generic talk about health. We are plunging straight into the hidden biological machinery that literally dictates your energy, your aging, and your ultimate trajectory in life. Consider this the grand revelation of your hidden human operating system. Let's dive in. Think about it for a second. What if your daily exhaustion isn't just some random symptom you can shrug off? Every single symptom you experience is a clue, and every habit you have is a signal. We so often view sleep as this, passive state, just downtime at the end of a long day. But the science reveals it's actually the most active, high-stakes biological process your body ever undergoes. To truly understand human performance and longevity, we absolutely must expose these invisible foundations.
Section 1. The Hidden Human Operating System.
You see, when you close your eyes at night, you're not shutting down. You're actually booting up a massive, intricate sequence of physiological updates. Sleep is an intensely active, vital process. Your body's physically repairing tissue, your brain is busy consolidating memories, and your emotional function is literally resetting itself. So every restless night or, that tired afternoon slump, it's a vital clue revealing whether this internal software is running smoothly or quietly crashing behind the scenes.
Moving on to Section 2. Architecture of Deep Restoration.
Let's look at the precise mechanics of this process, because it's fascinating. To keep you alive, your brain has to make a highly specific descent. We move through these distinct, non-negotiable cycles that last about 90 to 120 minutes. We start with N1 and N2 light sleep. That's where your heart rate slows down and your body temp drops. Then, bam! We plunge into N3 deep sleep, which is the stage entirely responsible for tissue repair and your immunity. Finally, we pop into REM sleep, which handles memory consolidation and emotional regulation. Fragmenting these cycles? Well, it flat out denies your brain the critical stages required to rebuild your physical and mental resilience.
Okay, so here's where the magic actually happens. When we successfully hit that N3 deep sleep stage, it triggers a massive systemic biological cascade. It rebuilds tissues, strengthens the immune system by pumping out cytokines, releases essential growth hormone, and perfectly regulates your insulin and cortisol. Without this specific stage, your body is just left incredibly vulnerable. You can really begin to see the interconnected systems here, right? A lack of deep sleep completely disrupts your hormones. Those hormones dictate your metabolic health, and that metabolic health alters the trajectory of your entire life.
Section 3. The Polyphasic Sleep Illusion.
Now you might be wondering, can I just hack this system? A lot of people try. But a terrifying revelation from a 14-day study on sleep restriction, the famous Macaulay study, exposes a really dangerous biological trap. Your brain will straight up lie to you. The researchers found that afternoon circadian rhythms that promote wakefulness can actually mask severe cognitive deficits. So you might subjectively feel completely fine. Your sleepiness kind of levels out. But objectively, your performance is collapsing. You literally cannot trust your own sense of tiredness.
Just watch how this danger compounds when people attempt these extreme schedules, like the polyphasic Urberman routine, where they take 6 20-minute naps a day. Attempting to bypass your natural sleep architecture severely reduces your slow wave and REM sleep. And the biological cost? It's steep. Human growth hormone release is practically abolished, and chronic sleep debt takes over your entire system. Cognition violently shifts from normal learning to severely impaired attention. Honestly, you simply cannot outsmart millions of years of evolutionary biology.
Section 4. Tracking the aging brain. So as we age, this whole operating system undergoes some pretty radical shifts. Now these changes are totally invisible to the naked eye, but they are glaringly obvious when we look at data from wearable tech validation studies. The comparison is profound. Young adults naturally enjoy a highly efficient sleep architecture packed with NREM3 deep sleep. But as we transition into older adulthood, we see high WASO, that stands for wake after sleep onset, and a drastic, measurable reduction in deep sleep. We end up spending significantly more time awake in the middle of the night, slowly losing our most restorative healing phases.
And guys, this loss of deep sleep isn't just an inconvenience of getting older, it's a direct harbinger of systemic decline. These architectural sleep changes are tightly linked with an increased risk of Alzheimer's and related dementias, accelerated cognitive decline, a much higher probability of falls, and just a general decline in physical health. This right here is exactly how aging influences the trajectory of a human life, by quietly degrading the body's nightly repair protocols.
Section 5. Decoding the circadian code.
But listen, this downward trajectory, it's not entirely fixed. We can actually intervene. Science shows us how to leverage our own behaviors to write a brand new code for our biology. So, the big question is, how does making these invisible sleep metrics visible actually change our health? Interestingly, research shows that the simple act of monitoring our sleep can trigger an incredibly powerful subconscious biological feedback loop.
Just look at the behavioral psychology at play here. When a wearable device provides you with daily feedback, users subconsciously increase their daytime physical activity, what these devices often call straying. This elevated physical activity naturally improves your heart rate variability, or HRV, and that enhanced daytime physiology, it directly leads to improved nighttime sleep quality. The data acts like a mirror for your body. Your behavior influences your biology, and your biology enhances your recovery, all without you even really thinking about it.
Finally, Section 6, Mastering Your Biological Trajectory. Once we actually understand these feedback loops, we can take deliberate action. We can pull scientifically validated levers to literally hack our clearance mechanisms. Take the coffee nap, for example. I know, it sounds totally counterintuitive, but it is a brilliant strategic intervention. Sleeping immediately after knocking back some caffeine allows your brain to clear out specific fatigue-inducing substances. By the time your short nap ends, the caffeine fully hits your system, but those fatigue receptors, they're already cleared out, which artificially induces a highly restorative deep NERM sleep burst. It's a perfect example of decoding a biological mystery to seriously boost your performance.
Consider another incredibly targeted intervention involving the 5-meter shuttle run test. It's a rigorous athletic assessment. Researchers use this exact test to prove that strategic interventions, like taking nocturnal melatonin right before sleep, can significantly boost short-term, high-intensity athletic performance the very next day. By deliberately enhancing the hormonal environment of their sleep cycle tonight, athletes are actively rewriting the physical capabilities for tomorrow. It's pretty mind-blowing.
So how do we piece all of this together into a daily protocol? First, engage in morning or early afternoon exercise. Timing your physical activity earlier in the day deliberately regulates your cortisol levels and stabilizes your core body temperature. This perfectly primes your internal circadian clock, practically ensuring your brain is prepared to successfully drop into those vital N3 and REM cycles when night finally falls. Let me put it this way. Your actions at 10 a.m. directly dictate your cellular repair at 2 a.m.
We've uncovered the incredibly deep connections between your sleep architecture, your hormones, your emotional resilience, and your aging process. Remember, every symptom is a clue, and every habit is a signal. Now that you essentially hold the hidden operating manual to your own biology, I have to ask, what will you do tonight to change the trajectory of the rest of your life? Because the absolute power to optimize your longevity and your performance begins the exact moment you close your eyes.